Welcome to another episode of the Fully Alive podcast. Today I'm here with Meira, a health and fitness coach, and we're going to work together in the Moms Who Lead retreat. But first, I want to ask you, Meira, to shortly introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Meira Katz. I am a health and fitness coach, and I'm super excited and delighted to be here today.
Thank you. So, yeah, how did you come into the field of health and fitness? What made you want to become an entrepreneur?
That's such a good question. So actually, when I had health issues starting around sixth grade, I which pushed me into wanting to go to the gym so that way I can feel better in my body.
Mhm.
Um, that didn't obviously help because I had to basically keep experimenting and keep trying to figure out what was going on. I went to doctors for like 10 years trying to figure out what was happening in my body. I am also insanely grateful for that as well because it led me down a rabbit hole of the actual health system and what being truly healthy and feeling really good in your body is. So, as much as all those years felt like really frustrating and painful and all those things, it really created who I am as a being because I get to now give back to other women and other families with the tools that I have found and research and experienced. So that's basically how I got into it. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much how I got into it.
So, if we're talking about health, and if it's a question you don't want to answer, please don't. But what are your topics of expertise?
That's a really good question. So first, I have some certifications. I'm a certified pre and postnatal specialist, certified personal trainer, holistic nutrition coach. So technically that. But here's the thing, throughout my own experience with myself and my clients, I actually started to create like a six pillar approach where it's like, well, we won't go into there right now, but like a four-pillar approach, which is like mental, emotional, physical, and nutritional. And my belief is obviously we're all holistic beings,
Mm,
and you can't have the physical without the nutritional, and you can't have the mental without the physical, and you can't have one without the other, and you need all of them. And so for me, that was like the missing uh I want to say like the missing piece in how I originally started working with people. And then as the journey continued along, I was able to tie that all together. And now I just get to help people in the most beautiful way. Like I actually get to connect with people with their emotions, with actual life circumstances. It's not like, hey, come here, do 10 squats. It's like, yes, if that's what we're doing, that's what we're doing. But it gets to go deeper than that, where I actually get to connect with the
mm.
people and their souls and their emotions, and it's just so beautiful.
Yeah, and as a mom yourself, you just mentioned the pre and postpartum also guidance and being a postpartum or pre-postnatal postpartum doula. What
Yes.
attracts you towards working with moms?
Oh, that's such a good question. Well, it actually happened when my son was born. Um, I I'll just put it like this. I did not realize how aware and conscious newborn babies really are. And when my son was born, I experienced literally the most I don't even know how to explain like expansive experience where I was like, oh my God, like you're already a human like the second you're birthed, like you actually are aware. And when I experienced that extreme magic, I was like, I want every single parent to be able to experience this themselves. And I realized, like, okay, how am I going to do this? Like, do I get involved with children themselves? Like, how do I get to pass this
Mm,
consciousness on to other people? And I was like, I don't think it's the going down the kids route because you can. tell kids, hey, like just know that you're normal and that you're like actually here and you're like you're conscious and all of these things. But if the kid is going back to their parents and they're being treated as a child, then I do this. Obviously, they are children, but they're so much more than that. Then it's not going to go anywhere. So where do you start? It's with the parents. And I also realize as well, like if a mom doesn't have energy, if she is tired, well, that's the same thing, but like really moody,
Mm.
not feeling good in her own body, not feeling alive in her beingness, then that is what's going to be transferred to the kid, but more than that, she won't be able to see the expansiveness of her child. And so I just decided to like go that route. And also obviously being a birth doula as well is just like you get to experience the actual magic of the being coming into reality. So just get to like I talk about multi-passionate, like I just get to dip my toes in all areas of like, health, nutrition, birth, postpartum, all of that. So it's just truly I'm really blessed that I don't even think I realized that I was crafting my reality in this way, but it's just like I was. So really grateful.
Amazing, really
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, and you touched upon the aliveness. I love this work with babies and what you say about the aware child. I even have a book about it, like the aware baby. It's
Really
yeah, yeah. I'll
great.
send you the link and the title, put it in the show notes because that really changed also my way of thinking. Like, okay, it is indeed a child and it doesn't have the same background or associations, but it's so pure, so complete, so rich. And our
Yeah.
conversations, now they're 9 and 10, they're really on a level like, okay, we can discuss this. And if you ask something, I will not lie. But if I think it's not your age yet, I will tell you that. And we'll come
Love that.
back to it later. So not of the covering and sweet or belittling, it's not needed. Like they're full present and their wisdom. Like I ask them also business questions. It's amazing.
Exactly. So you know exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my question to you about this being alive, what makes you feel fully alive?
That's such a good question. So me, first of all, I just love being with my son. He is like my greatest joy and my greatest gift. And getting to actually help women get to experience aliveness in their body also is just a massive medicine for
Mm,
me because I felt so like I used to get like out like set used to look 7, 8 months pregnant just from a glass of water. And so it was so frustrating to me. And that really took away from my aliveness. And so, like, just feeling good and sexy in my body and that feeling of just like being in the way that I want to be, getting to give that to other women
mm.
and experience that with other people is everything for me. So, just, yeah, the little moments of every single day.
Amazing. Also with your son and the clients. So what do you do? How do you help them feel more alive? What is one of your programs, for example?
That's okay. So, the first thing is always making sure that the person I'm working with, the client I'm working with, is really in touch with their emotions. That's one of my biggest beliefs because a lot of times most people have not been given the tools to process
Mm,
whatever is going on in their current life. And so my belief is that trauma is something, a big event happens, and you don't have the tools to process what's actually happening. And so, if that's the case, then life is life and things are constantly happening. Like, I just went through a separation, moved across the state, like going through a lot of things behind the scenes. And if I don't have these tools, that's what creates
mm,
shutdown. That's what creates experiences that then you kind of have to like not heal backwards from, but like you have to like take a minute and you actually have to sit with it and be with it. And so just being there with my clients and making sure that that is something that's one of the most important tools that I see. Like I used to train people just to give context and physically, and it would be great. They would get the craziest results, and then we would stop, and then they just were not where they wanted to be anymore. And I'm like, that just doesn't seem right. Like, we got to revamp this change that gets to stick and like hold together. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's so nice also how you build it up. Like you try something and you see it's the same with the diet. If you do it, but it's not the cause of your problem, it will go back and back. So with this, the same. If you stop it by discipline, but the root cause is still there, you will get trapped back into the same reel or
Yeah.
spiral.
That,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
so this holistic way of living, and I hear also you said the multi-passionate. So all these tools and things you experience yourself and bringing to clients, and indeed go for this health and feeling good in your body, feeling sexy, feeling like yourself also postpartum, because it took me quite some time to get the feeling of my body like it's mine again. Like
Mhm.
breastfeeding can be a beautiful period, but your body doesn't feel like yours. And what you said about the belly, indeed, like in the evening, 2 to 3 months, I could go. So and strengthen it back again and feeling like, okay, but now I'm at a weight I want to be. Now I can wear whatever I want. And yeah, it really helps you in self-esteem, in showing up, and that ripples also to your children. Like if I feel happy, so still you're working with kids as well through the ripple effect.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly.
So what is one of the most profound transformations or a client story you recall of a mom, if you want?
Specifically, one that just came into my head was actually she had a kid like 4 years ago, and she was going to the gym for like 5 years, and she like still had what I call is like the belly pooch, because there's just no other term for it really. And she was really unhappy with it, and it was taking a lot from her confidence in who she was. And we trained together for 5 months. We actually didn't even change her diet, which is crazy because now that's something that I take really seriously with my clients, is like teaching them all about nutrition so they could leave essentially like a nutritionist. Um, I should say holistic nutrition coach. That would watch how I talk. Um, and she got her results within like 5 months, exactly what she wanted. And she felt like so, I just remember like she just felt so good about herself and really confident, and like people, it just reflects in the confidence, and then the way that people talk to you and the way that people see you is just like you feel so good about yourself. You're just radiating this like energy off, and it's tangible. Like people feel it and they're like, I want some of what you're having. And so it's just, it was so beautiful to watch her unfolding. That's the way that I like term it in a way. Um, and it was just, yeah, it was a beautiful experience that I get to share also, because like these people are letting me come into their life, like these women. And I'm so like blessed that I get to like sit there on the sidelines and watch it. It's like, oh my God, thank you. So yeah,
That is
that
amazing. That and now I'm thinking like we're not going to work with you for 5 months during the online retreat. We just get a sneak peek.
yeah.
So what is it you can do? How will you work your magic in such a short amount of time? What will a mom who comes to your workshop feel or leave with?
I love that. That's such a good question. Well, firstly, is that I have, throughout all these years, I have actually narrowed it down. Okay, so here's the thing. So sometimes people will start like a training program or a nutrition program. They'll like go into all these things and they'll be waiting for results. Okay. The thing is that if you have to wait for results, the reality of you actually sticking to it and it being sustainable or long term is quite frankly almost at a zero.
Mm.
And so what I did was go into biohacking. Oh, I forgot that's a really big piece too, is I
Okay.
involve
We're
biohacking
getting
as
more
well.
and more. I want an introduction. You can write it down for the show notes.
It is so I basically like took together a through watching, well, first from like 12 years of research experience, education, inspiration, all that, I took all of that and basically condensed it into a way where somebody gets to implement one thing at a time, where as they're implementing, they see change.
Mm,
And so my point of that is that I don't want people to come into my space and not see results immediately. So even if it's just energy results, which it's not just because that's already massive for a lot of people, they get to go on a journey of like, here's, I'm implementing one thing. Oh, wow, I feel so good already. I'm implementing another thing. Oh, wow, it's even getting better and better and better and better. So my entire philosophy is literally just getting better and better and better and better. So I intentionally create all of my things where just by implementing two to five things already, your life is different.
mm.
So, yeah, to
And
answer the question.
that will that's what we'll experience during the retreat.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna give like a few tips where people can add that in, and then yeah, basically you get to implement it as you please.
Hmm. Yeah, that's really good. So we are doing Moms Who Lead, a 2-day retreat, July 27th, 28th, and we're recording now July 13th, so 2 weeks in advance, getting there almost. And I know for your people, US, the time zone is not ideal because it's only European time. We're all over the world. That's also such an amazing thing. Like you're in the US, Donna is in Canada, we have Germany, Belgium, the Netherlands, Israel.
So
Um,
cool.
I think Austria, Switzerland. I don't know by heart. It is really
So
amazing.
cool.
So, why did you want to do this? Why did you want to contribute to this retreat?
Because that truly, I think women are so magical. Like I was listening to something actually recently, and there's just really something so powerful and profound. Like we do so many things. We take on so many roles, and like, and yet we still have our hearts, and we still have our intuition, and we still have who we are, and we get to allow us to spill into all those roles. And I just think it's one of the most beautiful experiences. And I was just like, that sounds so cool. I'm in. Like I want to be able to give to that as well.
And why should a mom be in business, or why did you start your own business?
Oh, that's such a good question. First of all, I am never one for somebody to tell me what to do. It just, it doesn't work well for me. But more than that, I really believe that business is expression of self. And I think that I actually had this conversation with a lot of people. It's like the world is a perfect ecosystem, right? Like you do pelvic floor things at like experiences and I don't, right? So I need you, right?
Mm,
And what I do something that you might not do. And so
mm,
you need that. And if we actually all got to lean into our gifts and we got to all lean into our creativity, the world would just literally be a perfect flowing ecosystem, and I just believe that we're all so creative and have so much to give
mm.
that it would be a shame not to do that. And so I believe that it's a really beautiful piece of human talk about being alive. That
Yeah.
is what helps people to be alive.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
also really feel what you say, like we're weaving it together. If we have all the skills, also, I think that's what we do in the retreat because we bring so many beautiful skills together. If you haven't seen the program and you're watching or listening now, the link will also be in the show notes because everybody's bringing their magic, and together it's already so much of being a businesswoman, but especially being a mom in business,
Yeah.
because this
Yeah.
is, you just asked me before the call, like, how do you do it? The juggling. But that's exactly what the retreat is about, to also talk from the heart and our own experience, and then bringing the magic for them to experience. That's, yeah, I really love that we're doing this in such a global movement for our
Yeah.
first online retreat, with hopefully many, many to follow, to inspire and to, yeah, really share. That's, I think, a gift we can deliver to the world and to us moms and women.
Amen to that. I agree.
Yeah, so that makes me very happy to share and to talk and to see where it all goes. And we were also discussing just before the podcast about the postpartum, which is different in the
Yeah.
Netherlands in rules as in Germany, as in Scandinavia, as in the US. So you were already in your business when you got your son?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did that work for you?
It totally shifted because of just having him change the whole experience. So first of all, um, that also led to a lot of inner child work, because I realized that a lot of people actually end up sabotaging their children's upbringing based off of experiences that they've had. So even this is going to sound extreme, but take it with a grain of salt and you can like implement it into your life in any way that it actually like sounds resonant. But it's like, oh, I loved having ice cream cones when I was a child, right? Because that was my sense of safety
Mm,
for whatever that is. But if you actually go into that, right, and that's not something that you actually want to be providing to your kid, and you'd rather be creating, having a fruit smoothie, but you're trying to convince yourself out of that because it was like an ice cream cone, then you're creating a pattern that you didn't actually want in the first place. But if we take a step back and realize that our children are clean slates, they actually don't have any experiences except for the ones that you give you, the way that you would approach raising your children would be entirely different. But I think that sometimes people don't put the two and two together, like, oh, they never actually even experienced it. Like what I say is, why can't my son, why can't his experience be waking up and dancing in the kitchen making a juicy steak together? Right? Like it doesn't, it's all in the mindset, and when we reframe like these little things, and that's why I think coaching is so important in all areas. um your life gets to start, you get to experience life in a different way.
mm. Yeah, this inner child work you mentioned, this is such an important topic, and you related now also to the health part, but indeed it will come up in every coaching discipline. Um, of if you look at money and scarcity and your upbringing, if you look indeed about safety, I see that also a lot, or with birthing and trauma, or even, yeah, how is sex and pleasure considered in your upbringing, or nudity, or
Yeah.
whatever it is, it will
Yes.
have programmed you. And seeing your child, it's always a mirror. It will get you back into your child mode. So to have this conscious awareness of, okay, now I'm reacting not as an adult, not even as a parent, but as my inner child being upset with my parents, like,
Yep, exactly. So that was a big realization for me.
yeah. Yeah, and then you have 24/7 therapy because your kids are always there. And
Ain't
not
that
not
right?
to take it so like like it's not about, oh, now it's heavy 24/7, but you can make this light and playful as well. Like, play with
Yeah,
your inner child and see what's happening there. Yeah, but the awareness is very much needed.
yeah, definitely.
And also here you see like this repetition. You took the ice cones, but this can go on and on and on if there's nobody breaking the line and thinking like, hey, what am I doing? this gets a generational thing, and you
Yeah.
see this a lot with heavy parents, heavy kids, or addictive parents, kind of addiction. So there's many examples. We already see this worldwide happening.
Yeah.
And I think
100.
as an entrepreneur, we're also very much aware and self reflective. You cannot do this work without self development.
No.
That makes all the moms attending to the retreat also willing to look at it, even if it hurts a little. Like, "Ah, that's me. That's me you're talking about." Like, then still you're willing to do it for yourself, but for your kids as well. So I think that's a beautiful gift we get as self aware women.
Yeah. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Haha, no, me neither.
It's what
So,
gets to make life so fun.
mm, it is, it is. So, as a final question, or you have to want to pop in something we missed and you really want to, but is there something you can give the listeners or the ones who are watching this episode now, like a little exercise or prompt you use and that can immediately shift something for them?
Oh, I love that. I mean, what I just said, I really think shifts a lot for people because people are running around super unconscious about these things, especially what kind of what you just said about the inner child, where people have this idea of like, oh, I did something hard, I'm going to reward myself, right? And a lot of times that's with something that doesn't necessarily serve the body. And so taking that moment of like, oh, is this actually an inner child moment that's wanting healing versus like, oh, I'm gonna have this thing and then I'm gonna feel like shit after. And that's really how I truly like that's how I like work with my clients of like rewriting and
Mm,
like I want to say like creating a new narrative because it's not always necessarily about the physical muscle change me. I think it's frozen. Can you hear me?
yeah, we're back.
Okay. Perfect. Is like when you actually start to incorporate feeling and your energy levels and the way that you feel and your mood, then things start to shift in a much bigger way because you're no longer just like, oh, what's my weight on the scale? It's like, no, how do I feel in all areas? Do I even feel alive today? And
Mm,
like those small things can make a massive difference. Like I work with people, they'll eat a meal and instantly they'll need to go to sleep, right? That's not that's not a way to live life. And so when we tweak a few things, right? And that's one of the first things that we'll go into is like mindset of emotion, then you get to actually be able to make changes where it might not be first a physical change, but it's a mental change and it's an
mm,
emotional change, and already that creates freedom in the body and creates freedom in the mind, and that is what helps people to change the way that they look because it's no longer just about what's the weight on the scale. It's like, no, it's how do I feel mentally? It's how do I feel emotionally? It's how do I feel with this meal, even? How do I
mm,
feel with this workout? And so what I say is take a deep take a deep look around your life and notice like what are things that you're doing by habit? What are things that you're doing by already initial programming? And what can you do? What can you change that would feel better for you? Because you want to, not
yeah.
because you have to, or not because you're like, not because you're like stuck in old programming.
Mm. Yeah, and that brings so much consciousness and awareness. That takes energy. That takes somebody who's there with you to also see when you're falter or see when there's resistance. But I think it's really beautiful, and you can do this first step also yourself for the hard parts and really seeing for the hard parts. I know it's morning with you. Um, and then what do you award yourself with? I really like this one. Like, and I immediately had one thought as well. Like, ooh, I think I'm doing this still in an area. So thank
Yeah.
you so much to bring this topic to the floor, to collaborate and be an expert in the retreat. And yeah, in 2 weeks we'll be live. 2 days for moms in business. And very
Thank you
happy.
so much. This was so beautiful.
Mm. And
And
for
I'm
the
excited,
listeners,
super excited. Yeah, I'm so excited to see who comes. Yeah, get this stuff. This is real life, y'all.
it is. That's how we combine mom and business. So thank you for your time, Mira. I'm very, very excited. And for the listeners watching, see you next episode.
Have a beautiful day.